Well, hello and welcome. I'm Miss Heard with Miss Heard Song Lyrics Podcast. We're at Season 5, Episode 231, first ever Toni Braxton. The Miss Heard song lyric is, sage and onion, sage and onion. And then the correct lyrics is, say that you love me, say that you love me. And of course, it's from her famous song, Unbreak My Heart. Okay, let's unpack this. So first of all, before I do talk more about Toni Braxton and Unbreak My Heart, I have to tell you, it's part of her secret CD from 1996. And I played that thing over and over when I went through my divorce in 2001. So thanks to Toni Braxton for her heartfelt songs and then, showing her empowerment. I couldn't have done it without Secrets. So I just had to do that shout out to Miss Toni Braxton. So let's begin. So like I mentioned before, it's from her studio album. It's actually her second studio album from 1996 called Secrets. And the song was written by, of course, none other than two powerhouse writers, Diane Warren of a lot of ballads from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, David Foster, and of course was released as a single on October 7th, 1996 from LaFace Records. Of course, LaFace with Reed, L.A. Reid, and Babyface. The song, of course, is a ballad, and it's about a heartbreak, a very sad heartbreak, in which Toni Braxton begs her former lover, which we'll talk about the video in a little bit, to return and undo the path he's caused. And of course, won Best Female Pop Vocal Performance at the 39th Annual Grammy Awards back in 1997, and sold over 10 million copies worldwide and nearly 3 million in the U.S. alone, making it one of the best-selling singles of all time. So let's talk about Toni Michelle Braxton. She was born back on October 7th, 1967, and she's, of course, an American R&B singer, songwriter, actress, and television personality. Very beautiful. Sold over 70 million records worldwide and is one of the best-selling female artists in history. She has won 7 Grammy Awards. I knew she won a whole bunch, but I didn't realize 7. Amazing. 9 Billboard Music Awards, 7 American Music Awards, and numerous other awards and accolades. And in 2011, she was inducted to the Georgia Music Hall of Fame. And in 2017, she was honored with the Legend Award at the Soul Train Music Awards. Now, in the late 1980s, Toni Braxton began performing with her sisters, there's a whole bunch of them, in a music group known as the Braxtons. The group was signed to Arista Records. And then after attracting the attention of producers, like I said earlier, Antonio L.A. Reid and Kenneth Babyface Edmonds of LaFace, and they signed her to their records. And she released her self-titled debut album in 1993, so before the Secrets album we're talking about. That album did quite well. It reached number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart and sold 10 million copies worldwide, in addition to the singles Another Sad Love Song, oh, I love that, Breathe Again, Breathe Again, Breathe Again, became international successes. And the album brought Braxton 3 Grammy Awards, including Grammy for Best New Artist. That's another thing I didn't know. She had won the Grammy for Best New Artist that year. She experienced more success with, of course, the second album, Secrets, in 1996, which included the U.S. #1 hit singles, You're Making Me High, Let It Flow. I love it. Let it flow, let it flow. I love that. And then the song we're talking about is Unbreak My Heart, and The Heat in 2000, which opened at number 2 at the Billboard 200, and including the U.S. #2 hit single, He Wasn't Man Enough. Her other subsequent studio albums, More Than a Woman in 2002, Libra 2005, and Pulse 2010, were released amid a lot of contract disputes that she was going through and health issues, poor thing. Then in 2014, Braxton and longtime collaborator Babyface released a duet album titled Love, Marriage, and Divorce that earned the duo a Grammy Award for Best R&B Album in 2015. And then she had some label changes and released Sex and Cigarettes in 2018 under Def Jam Universal and Spell My Name 2020 under Island. She also is a television executive producer and personality, and actually competed, I didn't know this, in the 7th season of the reality competition series Dancing with the Stars. I don't think she won, but she was in there. She also executive produced and starred in Braxton Family Values, a reality TV series that aired on WeTV. I didn't realize it aired that long, from 2011 to 2020. I actually watched the show religiously with my husband from 2011 to 2015, and it was interesting, the dynamics of Toni and her sisters along with her mother. So if you haven't seen it, it's got to be somewhere on YouTube or syndicated. Excuse me. So Braxton is also the executive producer of Tamar and Vince, a spin-off reality TV show starring her youngest sister, Tamar and then her then husband, Vince. They're no longer together. What I love about Toni Braxton is she's what they call a very distinctive contralto voice, because I also am a contralto, that I have been told. And what is that? A contralto is a type of classical female singing voice whose vocal range is the lowest female voice type. So she and I have that in common, of that lower range. And sometimes I wonder, like probably with her, she probably could sing down to a tenor, which I've been told you're not supposed to as a female, but hey, that's what I've been told. Her voice has been called husky, sultry, elegant, and sexy. And due to that huskiness in her voice, she has often used male singers such as Michael McDonald, Luther Vandross, and Stevie Wonder as vocal style models, great models, as well as Chaka Khan and Anita Baker were two of the few female singers that she could stylize. And she's also a big gay icon, apparently, with some of her songs becoming gay anthems, such as Unbreak My Heart, the song we're talking about today, He Wasn't Man Enough, and Make My Heart. The singer herself said that after the release of Unbreak My Heart, she recognized all the support, quote unquote, and it was really wonderful. When I asked about her gay fans, Braxton said, I love my boys because my boys helped me be a better girl. And she said, my choreographer and my video director are gay, and they've been my best friends since I started in the industry. They're my favorite part of the whole industry. So I love that she has just shared that with all of us. Now, how did the song do? I told you earlier it did quite well. In the U.S., Unbreak My Heart managed to peak #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 11 weeks, from the week of December 7th, 1996 to the week of February 15, 1997, and stayed in the same position on the adult contemporary chart for 14 weeks. The song was later ranked as the 4th most popular song of the decade on the 1990-1999 Decade End Hot 100 chart. And in July of 2008, Unbreak My Heart was listed as the 10th most popular song of all time by Billboard. And despite its success on the Hot 100, the song would never reach the #1 position of the Hot R&B singles, remaining at #2 for 4 weeks behind, you're not going to believe this, but at that time, R. Kelly's I Believe I Can Fly kept that #1 spot. Boo. It sold 2.4 million copies domestically and was certified platinum by the RIAA, which is the Recording Industry Association of America. And Unbreak My Heart also achieved commercial success worldwide, reaching #1 in Austria, Belgium, the European Hot 100 singles, Sweden, and Switzerland, while reaching the top 5 in several European countries. Then, in the week of November 4th, 1996, the song debuted at #4 in the UK singles chart, reaching a peak at #2 after 7 weeks on the chart. Very good. According to their version of the RIAA, the British Phonographic Industry, or BPI, it had sold and streamed over 1.2 million units there, being certified double platinum. And then in Australia, the song peaked at #6 and was later certified platinum by the Australian Recording Industry Association, so ARIA, ARIA, for shipments of more than 70,000 units on the single. So all in all, Unbreak My Heart killed it, smashed it. Music video, have you seen it? Go to YouTube. Roughly, it was uploaded back on October 25th, 2009, so 14 years ago. It's at a whopping 7.6 million views, and you can see why. So LaFace Records actually commissioned the music video to be directed by a Billy Woodruff. He's done many videos, and the concept was of Braxton ending a relationship with her lover, played by model Tyson Beckford. And as the video begins, you see them leaving their home, with her giving him a goodbye kiss, and then checking the mailbox. After he leaves the garage, a speeding car, I think he's on his motorcycle, suddenly appears and causes an accident, leaving him lying in the street while Braxton laments and cries over his body. She then walks around the house, remembering the good moments she had with him, such as swimming in the pool, him doing karate, I think, or Tai Chi in his chocolate silk or satin pajamas in front of their home, as one does, as their model like Tyson, and playing Twister. I can imagine their director like, okay, hear me out. We're going to have you do Twister. And this next episode, Tyson, I want you to do Tai Chi in your pajamas. Okay. And then during the bridge and final chorus, Braxton is seen singing the song during a live concert in a like kind of homage to the film A Star is Born. She's in this gorgeous white gown with like a cutout to show her abs. And as applause rises, the video fades to black. As this video was premiered on September 10, 1996, on MTV, it actually received 2 nominations, one for Best Female Video and Best R&B Video at the 1997 MTV Music Awards. So there you go. It did quite well, sold a lot. It was about her and her lover at this point, you know, just the loss of her lover, played by, of course, Tyson Beckford, male top model. And, she had a lot of ups and downs, with her health and what have you, as well as trying to keep it together with changing from one record label to another. And she comes back here and there. I can't wait to see what else Toni Braxton will come up with, because she has a beautiful voice, her beautiful contralto. Till then, I'll be waiting, and I'll be listening to my CD, Secrets from 1996, Unbreak My Heart. So again, the misheard song lyric is not about sage and onion, but it's say that you love me. So if you have any crazy misheard song lyric suggestions like this, send it to any of our sites like Instagram, Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, or just send me an old-fashioned email at misheard, that's MISSHEARD songs @gmail.com. Till then, keep singing the songs wrong. Bye!